Or Carleton.
To be the worst at one thing is a real distinction. To be the worst at everything takes real talent and effort. Unemployment in Canada, with 800,000 people losing their jobs, is the highest in the G7, the worst. Our vaccine results here in Canada are the worst in the G7. And they paid for all that failure with the biggest deficit, the worst fiscal record in the G7. Can the Prime Minister explain to us how he's managed to deliver the worst results at the highest price?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, to the contrary, I will point out that Canada has had fewer people die than many of the comparator countries that the honourable member points to. Moreover, he's using mistaken statistics in order to try to trick Canadians into supporting them. If you actually want to compare the employment record of Canada against the U.S., 71% of the jobs lost during the pandemic in Canada have returned to 56% in the U.S. We have a higher labour force participation rate than our G7 counterparts. Mr. Speaker, we have had one of the most ambitious economic recovery strategies and pandemic response strategies, and if the honourable member wants to continue to try to trick Canadians into supporting them, I invite him to remain on the opposition side of the aisle after the next election.
The honourable member for Carleton.
Well, let me quote what the BMO says about Canada's U.S. comparison. The unemployment rate in Canada was 3.1 percentage points higher than the U.S. in January. This compares with a 2% spread over the last 5 years. We estimate that Canadian unemployment could be roughly 300,000 jobs below where it would otherwise be if GDP was keeping pace with the U.S. economy. So stop torturing the data to make it to confess to anything and tell the truth. Doesn't Canada have the highest unemployment in the G7 today? Yes or no?